MINISODE,
MINISODE,
Miles and Andrew,
Andrew and Miles.
talking about sports.
Yeah! Welcome to the first ever MINISODE.
Yep, and you know what that means. It's not a full episode. So, we're going to get right into it. And today's MINISODE is the draft. It is me and Andrew's NFL mock drafts. Let's get right into it, everyone. So, Andrew, who is your number one overall pick?
It's Cam Ward, the quarterback out of the University of Miami, Florida, going to the Tennessee Titans.
Wow, no way. I had him too. Who is your number two pick?
Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback out of Boulder, Colorado, he's going to the Browns to lead them to the promised land. No, he's not going to the promised land. He's going to lead the quarterback room of the Browns.
Well, I also have a Colorado star, but this one is a wide receiver cornerback, Travis Hunter. Who's the third overall pick?
I got the Giants getting the edge Abdul Carter from Penn State.
I have the Giants selecting another Colorado man, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, okay. Then I have the New England Patriots using their fourth pick on Travis Hunter. Surprise, surprise.
Well, I have the New England Patriots trading their pick to Seattle to select edge Abdul Carter.
Who are they trading in that?
They are trading DK Metcalf, the 50th overall pick, which is in the second round, a 2026 third round pick, a 2027 fourth round pick. That is what the Seahawks are giving up to get the fourth overall pick and quarterback Joe Milton III.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Don't think the Seahawks would do that. With the fifth pick, I have the Jaguars taking another cornerback, Will Johnson out of Michigan.
I have that as well. Next pick.
The Raiders are going to take wide receiver Territoa McMillan out of Arizona.
No way, dude. I got that too.
What? Okay. The Jets with the seventh pick take Will Campbell, the offensive tackle out of LSU.
3P, like the Chiefs? All right, keep going.
Please no 3P by the Chiefs. Please don't. With the eighth pick, Carolina takes the defensive lineman Mason Graham out of Michigan.
I have Carolina taking edge Mikael Williams.
Speaking of Mikael Williams, I have him going to the Saints, and he's out of Georgia.
I have the Saints trading the pick to Miami. Miami trades the 12th overall pick and a 2026 third round pick. New Orleans trades the 9th overall pick. And with the 9th overall pick, Miami will select defensive lineman Mason Graham.
Interesting. I just had a quick thought. I'm glad we didn't four-peat because that meant this isn't like I'm kind of getting a Super Bowl connection with New Orleans. Anyway,
this is a mini-sode. Let's keep it going.
I'm trying. With the 10th pick, the Bears are going to take offensive tackle Kelvin Banks out of Texas.
Possibly the saddest draft pick I have had to make. Chicago selects running back Ashton Jeanty.
Whoa. Okay. The 11th pick, the 49ers are going to take safety Malachi Starks out of Georgia.
I have 49ers selecting offensive lineman Josh Simmons out of Ohio State.
Ooh, interesting. With the 12th pick, the Dallas Cowboys, this is a very generic pick. I have them taking running back Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State.
I have the Cowboys selecting edge James Pierce Jr.
Interesting. Speaking of James Pierce Jr., I have the Dolphins keeping their pick and taking him out of, as their new edge out of Tennessee.
Since that Miami-New Orleans trade happened, I have the Saints selecting Malachi Starks.
Okay. With the 14th pick, I have the Colts taking tight end Tyler Warren out of Penn State.
Ooh. I also have the Colts taking Tyler Warren.
All right. Moving on to the 15th pick, I have the Falcons taking edge Jalen Walker out of Georgia, right?
Yep, because I have that as well.
Yay! Okay. Moving on. With the 16th pick, I have the Cardinals taking offensive tackle Josh Simmons out of Ohio State.
I have the Cardinals selecting offensive lineman Calvin Banks.
See how those picks kind of swap there? That was kind of fun.
I see that. We do that a lot.
Yeah. Okay. With the 17th pick, I have the Bengals taking wide receiver Luther Burden, out of Missouri.
I have that too, and he is going to be replacing T. Higgins because T. Higgins will not be back. Wink.
Okay. With the 18th pick, I have the Chargers making a trade. With who am I have here? Seattle. Seattle gets the 22nd pick, the 177th pick, and a 2026 fourth round pick. Uh, and the Chargers get pick 18, and they take Colston Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan.
I have Seattle using that pick to draft a replacement for DK Metcalf and a Ohio State receiver to go along Jackson Smith Najigba. Emike Egbuka.
Notice he had to take that time to actually remember how to pronounce his name.
Okay, let's keep it going.
With the 19th pick, I have the Buccaneers selecting Emuka Egbuka.
Look, and he just hit the mic off the table. Gosh, these minisodes are going to run way too long. All right. I have Tampa Bay selecting edge Nick Scorton.
Okay, with the 20th pick, I have the Broncos selecting Kenneth Grant out of Michigan.
I have them selecting tight end Colson Loveland.
Okay. I have the Rams trading the 21st pick, or trading up to get the 21st pick with the Steelers in exchange, and they also give up a 2026 fourth round pick, and they also receive the 247th pick. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. And they take edge Nick Scorton.
I have Pittsburgh keeping that pick, and they take defensive lineman Kenneth Grant.
Okay. And then with the 22nd pick, the Seattle Seahawks take edge Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M.
Did you have a trade there?
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks traded their original pick away for the 22nd pick.
Good, because I thought I messed up. All right, I have the Chargers selecting Tyler Booker.
Okay. With the next pick, the 23rd pick, our Green Bay Packers are going to take cornerback Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame.
Very good cornerback, and I have that as well.
Okay. With the 24th pick, I have Minnesota taking Tyler Booker, the offensive lineman out of Alabama.
I have Minnesota taking Siobhan Revel Jr., cornerback.
Out of Eastern Carolina.
Yeah.
With the 25th pick, Texans take offensive tackle Armand Naboo out of Missouri.
I have them taking defensive lineman Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss.
Speaking of Walter Nolan, I have the Steelers, who they acquired the 26th pick in a trade with the Rams. They take Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss.
I have the Rams keeping their pick and drafting Armand Menbou.
With the 27th pick, I have Baltimore taking edge Mike Green from Marshall University. Okay.
Well, Mike Green's my next pick, but for this pick, I had Shamar Stewart going to the Ravens.
Okay, and the next pick, which is the Lions, they are going to take Siobhan Revel Jr., cornerback out of Eastern Carolina.
I had the Lions drafting edge Mike Green out of Marshall.
Yep. With the 29th pick, I have the Commanders taking offensive tackle Josh Cornely Jr. out of Oregon.
I have that as well.
And then with the 30th pick, the Bills, I have them taking cornerback Jahadi Barron, out of Texas to replace Rasul Douglas.
Well, you know what they say. Great minds think alike.
So you're saying that you have the same pick?
Yes.
Okay. With the 31st pick, now this is the, we don't know what the Super Bowl is going to look like, but I have the Eagles getting the 31st pick, and they take Derek Harmon, the defensive lineman out of Oregon.
Well, this is interesting because I had the Chiefs losing the Super Bowl, even though a three-peat would be a little bit cool. I have the Chiefs, not the cheese, the Chiefs taking wide receiver Matthew Golden.
Okay. And since I have KC winning it, unfortunately, they're going to reach on offensive tackle Ariante Irsi out of Minnesota.
I have Philly winning the Super Bowl because, listen, no one's been able to stop Saquon Barkley, but that's for a real episode to talk about, not a minisode. So I have the 32nd overall pick being Derek Harmon.
Harmon, you mean?
Okay, it looks like my bad handwriting has come back to bite me. But that's all for our minisode.
Wait a minute. We have some late round picks that we want to shout out.
I forgot.
Silly goose. Okay, my late round picks are wide receiver Isaiah Bond out of Texas, running back Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, running back Cameron Scadaboo out of Arizona State, cornerback Denzel Burke out of Ohio State, and finally Tez Johnson, wide receiver out of Oregon.
I have, for my 5 underrated prospects going late round, I have Trevor Etienne, running back, safety Hunter Wooler.
Yay!
I have running back Cameron Scadaboo.
Scadaboo?
Scadaboo.
Scadaboo? We don't know.
I also have quarterback Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. Let's go. I also have quarterback Will Howard, Ohio State national champion. That is now all for the mini-sode.
Yeah, I actually got it this time. All right, thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Watch our real episodes. Adios.